Most entrepreneurs out there, and most likely you, experienced low energy in the past or maybe right now. And it is not something simple to fix. It has multiple variables that contribute to low energy. And in this video, I'll tell you exactly what you should do to regain and increase your energy daily. If you don't know me, my name is Rodrigo and I run Calibrate Health, a private health consulting business for world-class entrepreneurs. And you might have tried to fix low energy with caffeine, with nootropics, and you try to sleep or nap in the afternoon. And this happens because caffeines or those other stimulants won't fix any health issues, won't fix the root cause. And that is why using caffeine, using stimulants, you will be dependent to it, you will destroy your sleep quality, and it will just be ruined. So for you to solve low energy for good, we need to do 3 medical tests first. You need to do blood work, a full comprehensive panel, to determine your mineral deficiencies, vitamin deficiencies, health problems like cholesterol, like your blood, your testosterone, your hormones, all that stuff. So we can then analyze what actually is getting you low energy. Then you will need to do a VO2 max. This will determine your capacity and stamina. This can analyze if you are underperforming every day, and that is why you have low energy. And the last one is body composition. This can be done via DEXA scan or even MRI. These are the 2 golden standards, but the easiest one is always the DEXA scan. It's the simplest, and you will see how many fat do you have, how much muscle do you have, and determine if you have a lot of visceral fat, which is the dangerous fat, and the other variables. And this will determine your goals, will determine if you need to increase your protein, if you need to increase your calories, etc. And because I can't tell you exactly what you need to do to fix low energy, because I don't know your exact health situation, I don't know your blood work, etc. By the way, if you want me to help fix your health in a more personalized way, you can apply to my one-to-one, first link in the description. But since there's no way I could exactly tell you now what you need to do, I will show you some client case studies and some different situations, and if you encounter these situations in your blood work, you can also fix this. The first case study, we have here some situations. The first thing is that this client blood was very thick. And this can happen from various situations, but the most obvious one, because I saw the onboarding form, is the sleep. This client wasn't sleeping enough. He was sleeping around 6 to 7 hours, which is not enough to get the recovery. And then he had also some kind of sleep apnea. Of course, this is fixable, because this sleep apnea in most entrepreneurs is because of stress management. Maybe you are working until late at night, you can't shut off your brain, you are thinking about business, about problems, and that is why you can't recover properly in your sleep, and you might have sleep apnea. And if you have sleep apnea while have sleep deprivation, you'll have a thick blood that this client had with these metrics. This client also had iron deficiency, which is crucial for energy production. So if you encounter iron deficiency in your blood work, you need to start supplementing with iron or eating more iron foods. And finally, another deficiency in vitamin D. Funny enough, most of my clients have vitamin D deficiency because entrepreneurs, and maybe you work all day indoors, they don't get enough sunlight to produce vitamin D. So vitamin D is also crucial for energy and production. Focus also is very crucial for testosterone regulation and hormone regulation. And if you have vitamin D deficiency, I advise you to start supplementing with vitamin D, which is the most direct fix way. Then we have also some body composition problems. As we can see, cholesterol here was high, the good cholesterol was very minimal and the bad cholesterol was super high. And this determined that this client had a lot of visceral fat and a very high fat percentage that we saw on his body composition. And the fix for this is again to get better nutrition or diet and to get in a caloric deficit. That way the client will lose fat, and if you then apply some training to maintain muscle and to improve cardiovascular health, to improve longevity, will improve cholesterol, will reduce visceral fat, which is the most dangerous fat, and will feel better than ever. So these were the fixes that we gave to this client, and if you have this type of problems, you can also do this protocol. Now let's focus on the second case study. This is a rough one because this client had normal to high testosterone levels but very low free testosterone. In fact, in the other blood work that we had, he had 19.8 of free testosterone, and the range is around 19 to 51. And why is that? Why a client can have high testosterone but still feel with low motivation, low libido, low energy? Because there's a protein called SHBG that essentially will lock the free testosterone, and you won't be able to use the testosterone no matter how many total testosterone you have. And this client had a high SHBG. This client was super stressed. As you can see in the prolactin was above range, and prolactin and SHBG are stress-induced metrics. What this means is, if you are super stressed all day and constantly, your body will be in this emergency state and your liver will produce these bad hormones like SHBG, prolactin, etc. And then your body won't be able to use the testosterone that it needs to produce more energy, more focus, libido, motivation, etc. And the final problem that this client had was thyroid function. He had super high TSH metrics. The normal range is around 0.35 to 5, and the really optimal range is below 2.0. So this client had almost 3 times the TSH metric, and this while having low free testosterone, while having high SHBG, high prolactin, will give low energy. So what was the solution for this client? We had to get better stress management. This client was constantly working until 1 a.m., 2 a.m. or even 3 a.m. and couldn't shut down his mind. Always thinking about work all day, and at night he couldn't recover. So the sleep quality was bad, he couldn't produce the right hormones and his body was messed up. So essentially we gave him a 90-minute wind down routine. This is to relax your body before going to bed. And why is that? Because when you have this wind down routine, for example, you stop working 90 minutes before bed, you watch a movie or you meditate, you do something with your partner, you journal, you read a book, whatever that relax you, you will lower your RHR, resting heart rate. This is crucial to get better sleep quality. It will also increase melatonin levels, which again is crucial to fall asleep and to get better sleep quality. And it will also decrease cortisol levels. Cortisol is the stress hormone. So if you are constantly stressed, you are constantly in a high cortisol state, which will impair your sleep quality. And the problem here is that if you have high cortisol, all the other aspects will increase. So essentially we need to lower cortisol levels so we can lower RHR and we can increase melatonin levels. So cortisol levels will invert RHR and melatonin levels. So it will increase RHR and will decrease melatonin. So that is the real problem of stress. We also implemented a personalized supplement stack with some deficiencies like vitamin D that this client had that I didn't show you because I already told you about vitamin D. But this client had vitamin D deficiency. This client also had selenium deficiency, which is crucial for the thyroid. And by having this personalized supplementation stack with over 50 ingredients to improve his blood work, he will improve thyroid function and also hormone function, which is amazing for him. The last case study is a client that had an infection. And why this is important? Because if you have an infection and inflammation in your body, you won't be able to recover properly. You will feel weak with low energy and focus, and you don't know why. This client, as you can see, his C-reactive protein was 149 and the normal range is below 5, ideally below 2. So 149 is outrageous. And this determines that the client was in a state of huge inflammation and infection in his body. For context, this client had a malaria infection, but it can be whatever inflammation or infection that you have. It can also be driven by visceral fat, can be driven by being obese, by having cholesterol problems. All those health problems can contribute to inflammation. And this is what you need to analyze. Then on top of that, the client also had thick blood. And this happens because this client was sleep deprived, like almost every day, sleeping 6 to 8 hours, but having a poor nutrition protocol with processed foods, low protein, etc. And tons of stress that then will worsen the sleep apnea. And this is why when you are sleep deprived, you have a lot of stress, you eat poorly, you will start having sleep apnea and you will have thick blood that risks diseases and problems like risk of stroke, cardiovascular problems, heart problems, cholesterol problems, all of those. So for this client, we needed to fix the nutrition protocol with whole foods. We also did a gut health test to determine the foods that he can eat or he can't. We also start increasing protein intake around 0.8 to 1 gram per pound of body weight. And we also increased healthy fats to around 0.4 grams per pound of body weight. This client was also doing intermittent fasting, which we told him to remove it completely because intermittent fasting will increase cortisol levels and will worsen the inflammation. So we needed to stop intermittent fasting and eat more whole foods because whole foods have antioxidants and will support immune system, has tons of nutrients, and then the personalized supplementation to support even more immune system, his body, and to recover from his inflammation. Now these were the case studies. If you have the similar problems, you can apply these fixes for your lifestyle and health. But if you don't have these problems and you try to fix your sleep, your nutrition, your training, your stress management, which are the health basics that you need to fix to actually be healthy, if you already did these 4 things and you still have low energy, I advise you to visit a doctor and do this blood work and then analyze what actually is your problem. You can also book a call with me, first link in the description. I will give you all the medical tests and I will then analyze the results and then determine what is your problem and how to solve it in a personalized manner. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe for more.